Today I'm going to show you how to make delicious venison pasties. Now pasties are the original MRE. This is the original portable battle meal. It's been with us for at least 1,000 years. We can see it written about as early as 1100 AD, and even William Shakespeare wrote about pasties. Now for the most part, the original Britons, the Cornish and the Welsh, are given credit for inventing the pasty. But the Vikings also carried the pasty, and there's a lot of argument whether the Vikings brought that to the Corns and the Welsh, or whether the Corns and the Welsh gave it to the Vikings. I am Welsh myself, or my ancestry is Welsh, so I tend to believe that we invented the pasty. The recipe I'm going to share with you today is a very traditional style pasty, although there will be slight differences depending on which clan you're from. This one, I assure you, is a very good one. A culture that is world famous for its pasties are the people of the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, which is a beautiful place, by the way. And if you drive through the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, you'll find all kinds of mom and pop little restaurants and food wagons that serve homemade pasties. Cornish and Welsh immigrants came to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan to work the mines there, and they brought with them their cooking habits and recipes and culture as well. Many cultures around the world have something similar to the pasty. If you look at the Italian culture, they have stuffed raviolas. The Chinese have pot stickers. And the Mexican culture has, a dough that they stuff with meat. But what makes the pasty very unique is that it's extremely portable. You basically cook it ahead of time. It keeps warm for a long time if you wrap it in a towel, and it's not messy. It doesn't stick to anything, making it, like I said, like the original MRE. It is the meal on the go, and I use it a lot during the winter time, especially if I'm camping or hiking, because it really is a high energy food. I'm going to share it with you guys. Let me show you the recipe. Okay, the first thing you'll see is the venison roast. Now you don't have to have venison. Beef will work fine. I have venison because I'm cool. But if you're not cool, you can use beef or pork or whatever meat you have on hand. This is actually leftover roast from the venison roast that I cooked in the prior vid. I always cook a lot more than I need so I can make this recipe. I have a couple baked potatoes here as well. I made some extra when we had baked potatoes this week. Some eggs, carrots, celery, rutabaga, onion, some cheese, black pepper, salt, thyme, and sage. You'll also need a little bit of flour, and you'll need some pie crust or some kind of pastry crust. You can make it if you want. I just buy the pie crust because it's easy. The recipe that I'm making here today is a double recipe of what I have in the info box. I tend to make a lot at once so I can freeze them and then take them out as I need them throughout the winter. First thing you want to do is heat up some oil in a pan. I'm using bacon grease for the flavor, and I'm not worried about the fat content in this. I'm looking for a very high energy food. I'm out in the wintertime, I'm going to need it. But you can use butter or cooking oil, whatever works. Once your oil is heated up, add your celery and your onion, and you're going to cook that till it's soft and translucent. While that's cooking over there, I'm going to chop this meat up. You can chop it by hand, but I just use the food processor. It makes it a little easier. So put the meat in a bowl off to the side and then start on your vegetables. Let's do the rutabaga. And again, you don't want to make it into a paste. Just kind of finely dice it. Like that. Put that into your bowl as well. Same thing with the potatoes. Carrots. You get the idea. So that finishes up all the veggies. That's all your pre-cooked food. You're basically cleaning your refrigerator out of all the leftovers. Before the onions and celery is completely cooked through, add that sage. And let's cook that up a little bit. And then we'll finish this part up. Wow, that smells great. Next, put your eggs in a bowl. Just Scramble the eggs. Then add your onions and celery and sage, cheese, your thyme, pepper, salt, and then finally your egg mixture, about half of it. And then just mix it up. And like I said, I make a big batch. I'd rather just get this all done at once. Okay, and for small pasties, I use a wide mouth mason jar. Just dip it into flour a little bit and then start making your circles. Using up as much area as possible. And these make little nice bite-sized pasties. Now for bigger meal pasties, I'll use one of these giant cottage cheese tubs. And you can make a single meal pasty. Again, just dipping it in flour. And that makes a nice like sandwich size one. Once you're done cutting out the medallions, I like to coat half in egg mixture to seal it. For the little ones, it's about a tablespoon. Fold it over onto itself. I use a knife to kind of seal it up, and then steam holes. Keep going. The more you do, the faster you get. For the big ones, I don't know. This is where my awesome eyeballing comes into play. I'll put in what I think I need. Maybe a half a cup or so. Again, coat the edge and then seal. And this is more sandwich size. And the best way to do this is like an assembly line, you know. Put your filling down after you've got the all the medallions cut out, and then go back and coat all the edges, and then go back and pinch them all shut. Okay, once you get a tray of them done, put them in your oven at about 400 degrees. Top rack works best for me. We're going to leave them in there for about 10 minutes. With the big ones, you spread them out the same way, and they go in for about 20-25 minutes. I'll just keep doing tray after tray until I get a mess of them. I'll divide these up into meal-sized portions and then freeze them. Take them out as I need them for trips. What I usually do before a hike or a camp trip is just take some foil, pack a few away after I've heated them up. Make a little foil pack of my pasties. This will either go in my pack or in a deep pocket. And I can use the foil on the trip as well. When I start to get hungry on my hike, I can stop. They'll stay warm for hours. Just in your pocket in a pack. Good for morale, a lot of energy. That is delicious. Now if your day drags on and they do get cold, they're easily warmed up just on top of the stove or even in your cup. Now the big ones make a fine meal just on their own. What do you guys think of the pasties?
Awesome. Really good.
Good stuff, huh? Another great use for these is actually sharing with friends and family and neighbors. It's a great meal to give away. If someone's been going through a hard time or they just had a baby, let's say, and you want to, you know, congratulate them, giving a meal away that's easy to prepare and doesn't leave a lot of dishes, this is the one. And it's a great comfort food. You got the taste of thyme and sage in there. It's like something that grandma would make. It's always a big hit. Whenever I give them away, I usually spruce them up and try to make them look as best as possible and improve the aesthetics. So I'll take a little egg wash and actually put it across, and this turns them golden. If I'm just taking them camping, I don't care as much. But when I'm giving them away, I want them to look nice. Now I know giving these pasties away to friends and family and neighbors goes against what doomsday prepping and YouTube survivalists tell you to do. But giving food to your neighbors and being friendly to them is actually a lot more fun than pretending to kill them on YouTube. Hey Nate!
Hey!
Hey, I just wanted to drop off some venison pasties for you and a little bit of coffee. I know it's the SHTF and everything, and you guys are probably really busy. I just wanted to make sure you're okay and drop off some food.
Well, thanks.
Which I thought would be better than bringing this can of peaches over and hitting you in the head with it like National Geo on American Blackout told me to. You know what? You might as well keep that too in case you got to hit somebody.
Well, good. Thanks.
Yeah, you got a can opener.
I don't have a can opener, so, you know.
Well, just hit somebody and take their can opener. Take it easy, man.
Well, good. Thanks.
Bye-bye.